So if you go like this, if you kind of open the cat here, hold that arm like that, it kind of shows you some separation planes. See it right there? Mm-hmm. Now also the people that are going to do best are the ones that have their laptop and they have the CD, because all these pictures are on the laptop and CD. So you need to have that there. But if I just go like this, and I go like this, I've already separated a muscle called the pectorantebrachialis. And I didn't really do much of anything. See, it's a muscle that cats have that we don't have. See, so now we have a separation between the clavotrapezius and the pectorantebrachialis.
Like I'm gonna get like stuff like that.
And what? Yes, you have to know these. Well, you don't have to. I have a grade for that. And so now, can you see a little line here? Mm-hmm. That's the line between the pec major and minor. Now it's a little different in the cat, so I don't want to follow it all the way. So just like that. Okay, like that. So there's did I say clavotrapezius? I meant clavodeltoid. Clavodeltoid, pectorantebrachialis, pec major, pec minor, and then your xiphi humerales. Did you guys manage to keep it?
Yeah.
Give it light,
Where is it?
Like you cut it. So.
I did this? One thing I do is, just a lot of blunt dissection. This. Now, right now I don't see it, but if I did this, there's no way that it's missing. Or I guess there's a way, but I don't see it right now.
Maybe she got rid of hers.
No, it's low enough down. But we'll find it. I'm going to just kind of bluntly separate the latissimus dorsi, and that should come off of the xiphi humerales. Yeah, thanks. I see it there. Wow, the line's here. Yeah, this is what, instead of, if you pick at it like this, it's going to look picked at. You get a little bit, you put the scissors in there like this, get it in there, and then go like that. It's called blunt dissection. Then cut away. There's a lymph node popping up there. See that lymph node? There. You can already see the fascicles, right? Fascicles. Well, here's the separation here. I just don't see it over there. Oh, there it is. Now, you wouldn't go this fast, right? I just, I need to get out of here, so this, to see the real separation, you really kind of have to take this off. So you take some feel for what is muscle and what's connective tissue. All this is fat. Then you take that off. I think it's that. Yeah, this whole thing here's the xiphi humerales. I'm gonna make it look pretty, trimming it up a bit, right? So. This is kind of odd here. I wonder if that's the line. Might be. Don't know. Let's just do that. Pretend like that's it right there. I think the line might have been a little bit more medium, but we'll make it look good. So xiphi humerales. Pick minor, major, and then all those other things. And then there's I might as well do the pecs. I was going to do the neck, but we're already into the pecs. So see, you see nice separation. If you have a CD, you'll see that these are all on there. And now, what you want to do is go deep pec. So I'm separating the latissimus dorsi. Here, can you hold the count like this? And kind of like that, yeah. And This might be where it'll hurt your eyes more because the fat tends to store a lot of the formalin, but so it's off gassing now a little bit. Okay, so let me see here. So I'm going to try to kind of retract this out of the way like this, like that, and then you see a lot of things here. Here's fat. You know, you guys would take. I'm going to try to get to the things quickly, but you guys would take your time to make it look nice. When you take this, and you see that, that's a nice muscle there. Take this off, like this. And then when you see the muscle planes like this, you can take your forceps, and that's one of the scalenes. That's actually the middle scalene. Now, how many scalenes did I tell you there were? There's 3. So here's the posterior scalene, see, right here. Take some fat off here. Posterior scalene, middle scalene, there's the anterior scalene, a little one right here, see? Those are 3 scalenes. And now you see all these other muscles here. Oops. That's one thing you don't want to hear your surgeon say, oops. And then you see all these muscles here that appear to be like serrated, you know, like there's a serrated edge of a knife, you know, on the ventral surface. These are serratus ventralis. Sometimes I like to, you know, kind of separate them bluntly with my hands first, like this. See this fan-shaped muscle?
Yeah.
This is all serratus ventralis, and then I can just kind of. I cut this one. Don't do that. Separation here. So already just like that, you know what? I'm going to cut this just to make it look nice, but that doesn't mean that that's what we want to do generally. And then, you know, you would take your time to make it look nice to go like this and cut all this stuff off. And so already we found these anterior scalene, middle scalene, posterior scalene, serratus ventralis. Now, if there's a serratus ventralis, then there's probably also a what? Dorsalis. So turn it like this. So we've reflected the lats, this dorsal like this, and underneath this fat here, you're going to see some more serrated muscles. And the mistake is this. It's going to look picked at. So if you just lift a little bit, like this, and then get your scissors in there and just do this, right? And then you can cut it away. And if you start looking carefully at this, you know, stretching it like this, you kind of see division, 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 division. See all these? These are serrated muscles too, but they're on the dorsal surface and they're closer to the tail. So they're, and you say closer to the tail than what? That's a good point. Right now they're just serratus dorsalis, but remember there's a serratus dorsalis cranialis and caudalis. Are these the cranialis or caudalis? Well, you don't know. If the other ones are down here, they're the cranialis. But the other ones are going to be underneath here. Take this fat off. And then when I start cleaning this area off, and now I'm just doing this quickly, you guys are going to clean it up. And I'm going right to where the muscle is because I know you guys don't know this, so unless you have a map to show you, you're going to make mistakes. But this is the other group of serrated muscles. See right here? Right here. So this is serratus dorsalis cranialis, serratus dorsalis caudalis. Now in humans sometimes called the serratus dorsalis superior and serratus dorsalis inferior, but it's the same thing, right? And then, if you want to look at intercostal muscles, you got to find a couple of ribs. I suggest, see, this is all external oblique, but if you take this fat off here, you see a rib here, and you see a rib here. So there's 2 ribs, here and here. Not here because this is an oblique muscle, but here and here. So those are intercostals. So if you make a little window, this, and then you flap, you don't go too deep. You pull this one out. This is the external intercostal, and that's the internal intercostal. See? External, internal. And then you would cut this little piece off because it, you know, it doesn't look pretty, so you make it pretty. The nicer the cat looks, the more chance of me putting your cat on a test. And if your cat's on a test, then you know your cat better than anybody, right? So you gotta make it look nice. So that's pretty much the deep, the pecs in general. And then for the abs, okay, you pick up a little, remember the abs are gonna be really thin. You pick up a little bit of aponeurosis and you just cut just to make a hole like this. And then you start separating the external oblique. If you look carefully, these fibers are going obliquely like this. So it's a very thin muscle. Go like this. This is an external oblique. External abdominal oblique. A little tear, but that's okay, I'm in a hurry. This is all external oblique. So now you have pins. If you look throughout the lab, there's little pins. You can take a pin and just kind of pin that back so it's not in the way. Maybe even,
Do you want one right now?
yeah, if you can get some pins. Let's see. And then when you look at this, you see a line here, right? Well, this is the internal oblique, right? And then you see a line here. That's the rectus abdominis. So what I like to do is first try to separate the rectus abdominis by just getting a little bit of connective tissue. See, now I'm underneath it. This. So now I'm separating. See, that was too deep there. What would you do if you went to get some surgery and the surgeons and the nurses all have black gloves? What would you think about that?
It's good.
It's got to stop.
I would think that they're preparing themselves for a somber occasion. I don't think I'd like that too much. This is actually parietal peritoneum. We don't want to go that deep. See, parietal peritoneum. So we want to just get underneath the rectus abdominis, which is where the scissors are now. You know, like this, and follow this all the way down, like this. And here's the internal oblique, and that means that this is the rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, right? Very thin. So I like to try to pick up a little bit of aponeurosis and cut, and then just open it like this. Do you see the fascicles? They're running transversely, right? And as you carefully start removing that, eventually you're going to start coming to this edge here. See, this is part of that. And as you come to the edge, you're starting to get to the internal oblique. This is the deepest of the muscles, transverse. But you get to the point where you get to here, and you can start getting in between the transverse abdominis and the rectus abdominis. So right now, the tips of the scissors are superficial to the transverse abdominis, but deep to the internal oblique. See? And that way you can take this and separate from this and separate from this and then separate from that. And then you do both sides. If you do both sides, your first side's going to look kind of butchered. The second side's going to look nice because you got better. So this is by no means dissected, but the muscles that you're looking for have been exposed, so now you know kind of where they are. The only thing that then we have yet to do is the neck.